Kia ora koutou, good evening everybody, welcome back to the Black Jersey, and it's your boy Max hosting the channel. I've been so happy with the last few weeks of rugby, but guess what else? New Zealand's out of lockdown. But guess what else? I'm happier about the result of this game. We had a phenomenal performance against Argentina. As you can see, we held them scoreless. The scoreline was 39-0. What a fantastic performance yet again by the All Blacks. I believe this time it was the loose forwards and the backs who made the difference. Even though we weren't really using a first choice team, I think it was a very good performance. Now let's hop right into my review of this match. Before you continue watching this video, go to select the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Like this video, follow on Instagram, go to the Discord server, go to all those other places. Let's hop into the video, guys. Obviously, almost all my content here on YouTube is about the All Blacks, but firstly, congratulations to Nicolas Sanchez. Even though he did not play the whole game, he becomes Argentina's most capped player of all time. Massive achievement for this guy. Even though he didn't score any points in this game, it must be very proud for all of his family, all of his teammates. They just have to be so amazed by his achievements. He's just been outstanding over so many years. Anyway, what happened in this game? First minute, it begins with a huge hit by Nepo Laulala on Pablo Matera. Argentina keep ball though, and they clear it for touch after two phases. In the second minute, Nicolas Sanchez ends up creating a line break for Argentina after Asafo Almua conceded a turnover. Marcos Kramer, however, drops the ball. After Kramer drops the ball as well, big Carl Tui Nikawafi had to come off to get some stitches in his head. Not very good for Big Carl. Hope it's a speedy recovery for him. He did end up coming back onto the field, which is very lucky for him. Fourth minute, All Blacks win a second scrum after a reset. Possession goes to Argentina after some kicks. In the sixth minute, Batista Delgui ends up kicking the ball out on the full, but Argentina retain possession because Nepo Laulala was offside. The front rows for both teams were rather average, I must say as well, before we continue on talking about the rest of the match. Not really one for the purists. It was really just one of those games where the loose head props and the tight head props did not see any action, rather than the scrum. They just could not get involved from all sides, to be completely honest. Argentina won the lineup from the 8th minute. They run some phases in the forwards before Beauden Barrett kicks for touch. Retallick won the turnover. This was his first game as captain, Brodie Retallick, so good stuff to Brodie. A 9th minute, the All Blacks then win another line out. We run phases in the forward before Jacobson throws the ball out of the field while trying to set up a try for Akira Ioane. 10th minute, Argentina win yet another line out, and they kick the ball to touch. Ball remains in their 22 though. So yeah, as you can tell from what I've said already, there were quite a lot of lineouts in this game, and so it made it very stop-start. A lot were coming off the 10s as well. There were quite a huge amount of kicks for goal. As you can see, we entered Argentina's 22, quite a lot more than they did for us. So yeah, I think we'll proceed on with this video though. 10th minute, Batista Delgui deliberately knocks the ball down. Beauden Barrett was passing to Rieko Ioane as this happens. Geordie Barrett kicks it forward after it comes out of Batista Delgui's hand. Rieko gathered it to score his 30th career try. He's 24 years old, yes I know, and he's now got 30 tries. What an achievement. 11th minute, Beauden Barrett converts, so the scoreline is 7-0, and Tui Nikawafi returns to the field. Possession changes a few times. The All Blacks eventually get a lineout throw in Argentina's half. Guido Petty steals the lineout though. Argentina kick for touch. The All Blacks then have a driving maul after this. Argentina attempts to collapse the maul though, so the All Blacks have the advantage. Beauden Barrett kicks the ball into the air. Geordie Barrett gathers it, but he just fails to score. The try line just wasn't extended far enough for Geordie to reach out and get that try down. Argentina then end up winning their second lineout through Rodrigo Bruni, a very, very good player. They go to a driving maul before Gonzalo Bertrano kicks for touch. 16th minute, Jacobson's pass after the lineout leads to a Rieko Ioane line break. The ball does indeed get intercepted by Batista Delgui, but Sevu Reece is surprisingly strong for a guy that's only 5'10", so he manages to take Batista Delgui to touch. The All Blacks win the lineout. Asafo Aumua goes over the try line but is held up. This is a pattern you're going to start seeing quite a fair bit, particularly in the second half. I'd hate to think how many times the All Blacks crossed the try line. It was just insane. Argentina's defence, they held us up so many times, and you could forgive them for not conceding more points because of these possession stats, honestly. In the 17th minute, Argentina choose the goal line dropout, and Gonzalo Bertrano, the halfback, ends up winning a turnover. Sanchez again clears for touch. The All Blacks attempts to run the ball blindside after the line out, but Akira Ioane ends up throwing the ball into touch, which was really frustrating because Aumua was right there and he definitely could have scored if Akira Ioane managed to keep the ball in field. Just a lack of communication, I think, with that one. Nepo Laulala eventually ends up conceding his second penalty of the game by doing an illegal clean-out. Argentina once again kick for touch. Akira Ioane, after this line-out happens, attempts to charge down Gonzalo Bertrano's kick, yet he's penalised, even though Pablo Matera is the one obstructing Akira Ioane. You're going to hear Pablo Matera's name in this game quite a fair bit as well. I'm surprised that Pablo Matera didn't get a red card in this game, to be fair. In the 24th minute, after Akira Ioane gives away that penalty, Sanchez misses the kick at goal from 50 because the ball falls short. Brodie Retallick ends up winning a turnover from Argentina after Beauden Barrett kicks it away out of our 22. The All Blacks end up keeping the ball for 3 straight minutes before Laulala concedes a turnover to an excellent Julian Montoya. Sanchez fails to find touch though, so Reece can regather the ball. A minute later, Nick Berry penalises Beauden Barrett. Yes, Beauden Barrett of all players, for an illegal clean-out, but yet he also misses a spare tackle on Jacobson by Pablo Matera. Yes, Matera's name is here again. Brodie Retallick by this point has the most tackles, Scott Barrett has the most carries, and by this point, Marcos Kramer has already made 11 tackles! It's just insane how many tackles Argentina are having to make. 71% of the game at this stage had been played in their half, so Argentina really weren't getting a lot of ball, and that's why they didn't manage to score any points this game. They had pretty much no ball. 30th minute, Nicolas Sanchez steps Sevu Reece before kicking out the ball. After 2 minutes of open play, All Blacks win the line-out. Gedo Pesce is penalised for entering the line-out drive incorrectly. So many penalties! The All Blacks have 64% possession and the scoreline remains 7-0. 33rd minute, Argentina's defence continues to be brilliant. They eventually win some ball through Montoya. This is the second turnover, but TJ Perenara turns over from Montoya, showing Bertrano up a bit with the turnovers, I think, TJ? As the All Blacks don't have too many points after TJ Perenara's turnover, Beauden Barrett opts for the penalty and he gets the scoreline out to 10-0 through his kick. The All Blacks then in the 36th minute run the ball through Reece Havili and also a bit through the forwards. They are given advantage after Karl Tuinukuafi comes down injured. He's okay though. He stays on the field and Bodie kicks the ball through to Geordie, but Geordie fails to score again. Beauden does have quite a bit of a habit of kicking the ball away when we're at advantage, doesn't he?
Oh, shit, Sherlock.
37th minute, the All Blacks kick for touch. Lineout results in a driving maul. Papali'i passes the ball after detaching the lineout. Havili gets very close to scoring before the ball is recycled to Sevu Reece, who's the try scorer. 38th minute, Beauden Barrett misses the conversion from in front of the post though, so the scoreline's 15-0. Right after the kickoff at the 39th minute, Havili makes a 40-metre kick as well. After gathering the kickoff, Argentina win the line-out again. This game ends up going quite a fair bit into the second half after the hooter goes as well. 40th minute, Argentina just continues to recycle the ball for about 6 phases though. Papali'i wins the turnover, so we're okay. We kick for touch ourselves. 3 minutes after overtime for the first half, Pablo Matera gives away yet another penalty. He enters the breakdown from the side, and he's an open side, so it's not surprising he's giving away all these penalties, rather. He gets a yellow card. All Black go for a driving maul once again, and Papali'i scores. Jordie Barrett, for the rest of the game, then replaces Beauden as the goal kicker and converts the try from 40 metres, so the halftime score's 22-0, and I've also got some halftime stats right here for you guys. In the second half, things keep rolling over, and we score a lot more points. Havili, Perenara, and Jacobson make several metres after the lineouts. but Perenara passes forward rather to Jacobson, who knocks the ball on in the 42nd minute. The new front rowers end up coming on shortly after that. 43rd minute is an All Black scrum. Tui Nukuafi, though, is penalised for angling in. As I said, the front row didn't really get a lot of opportunity. The All Blacks finally win possession 5 minutes later. Doesn't really get much going though. Eventually though, we do start to make some meters. Rieko Ioane makes a 40-meter run. Beauden Barrett gets a fair bit of ball. He then chucks a wild offload to Luke Jacobson, who runs in to score his first try of the game and his only second ever for the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett kicks the ball out on the full only a few minutes later, so it's probably time to replace Bodie. Luke Jacobson, though, is very useful as our third line-out jumper, so he makes a great steal from that line-out. Chocobares from Argentina later on fails to find touch after recovering the ball from the in-goal line. George Bridge runs the ball over the line after this kick to touch that doesn't end up going to touch, but it's okay. It's okay, we still have possession at the scrum. The All Blacks hold the ball for a long time after Argentina kicked the ball away from their 22. The ball's taken to the try line again by Sevu Reece, who knocks on while Marcos Kramer's tackling him. 60th minute, we do get a scrum, but Lomax and Moody collapse it, which is really sad. It's Argentina's feed though, so didn't really matter too much. Buffelli ends up kicking for touch. Nicolas Sanchez has been replaced at first 5 by this point. Chocobares is coming for him, whereas Buffelli's doing all the kicks from fullback. Okay, though, only 2 minutes later, Enrique Pierretto, the replacement prop, wins a turnover after an All Blacks line-out, but Buffelli again fails to find touch. Argentina I think, do need to do bits of work with finding touch, eh? The All Blacks run the ball through a few phases again. Quinn Tupaia knocks the ball on though while we're under advantage. Do you know why we're under advantage? Pablo Matera causes us to have advantage because he knocks the ball out of Brad Weber's hand. Although he's penalised again, he escapes a red card. Very interesting. Marcos Kramer, only a few minutes later, ends up making contact with Damian McKenzie's head during a tackle. Both players are kneeling down as this happens though, so there is no card. I'd personally have given it yellow, but it's okay, nothing serious. Damian McKenzie remained on the field as our replacement first 5. 66th minute, Ethan Blackadder crosses the try line a minute after coming on as well. This would have been his first test try, but it's ruled a double movement. The poor guy, man. 67th minute, it's very interesting what the commentators have to say. The replacement loosehead, Carlos Mutzio from Argentina, he's 37 years old, and I believe this is his debut. Wow. He does end up getting a yellow card though after collapsing the scrum for the goodness knows how many times in a row. Quinn Tupaia ends up getting the ball from Brad Weber, but Quinn Tupaia is unfortunately held up. Argentina collapses scrum another 2 times in a row before in the 69th minute, Luke Jacobson crosses over for his second try off the back of the scrum. Geordie Barrett converts to make the scoreline 36-0. Pumas get a fair bit of ball for the last 10 or so minutes. Pumas get 3 straight minutes of ball in hand after the 73rd minute. Retallick wins his 3rd turnover of the game though, so we're all good. We survive a bit of an onslaught of attack really. 5 minutes later, Quinn Tupaia ends up winning a turnover, and because Argentina have not released, we've won the penalty. Geordie Barrett kicks the penalty goal to make the scoreline 39-0. Argentina continue to attack, but it ends up all being in vain for them sadly, and they don't end up scoring any points in this game. Even though Argentina didn't provide much of a challenge with their attack, I do have to commend them for their amazing defending, and I truly believe this is a really good warm-up for the Springbok games. Luke Jacobson, outstanding. Brodie Retallick, outstanding. The Ioane brothers, excellent again. Samisoni Taukei'aho provided some pretty good impact, even though he didn't have a blinder of a game. There are learnings we can take out of this game for sure. I think Fozzie will be doing a lot of analysis on it rather. And guys, thank you so much for coming in and watching. I've missed part of the Springboks versus Wallabies game to make this match review, so I'm going to head out here very soon. Please make sure again to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, comment on this video, follow us on Instagram, go to the Discord server, support us on Subscribe, Star and Patreon, and I'm going to talk to you again later because I love making YouTube videos, guys. See you later.